Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Central Maryland. I'm back today with another several retiring items that I'm using in a project that I wanted to share with you. So let's get started. I'm going to move my camera. If you get dizzy or ill, now's the time to look away because I'm moving the camera. Here we go. And I'm going to really pay attention to see that we don't have any drifting on this episode. I've been suffering from that, and you guys have been there with me. So there you can see the stamp sets that I am using today. Only one of them are retiring though. I'm trying to see. There I am. Okay. I'm using my laptop in case anybody wants to say hey to me. Pull this down a little bit. So, Framed Florets is one of the stamp sets I'm using today. We're using this Thank You With All My Heart and So Lucky to Call You Friend, both sentiments from this Framed Florets. And then we're also using these two little solid hearts, and this is Country Bouquet, and both of these stamp sets are found in the MIDI catalog, which ends actually on May 1st. Many things are on sale in here right now, the last chance sale. Some items have sold out, other items are still there, some are discounted up to 60%, others aren't. So you really have to go check out the catalog. And same for the annual catalog. So this one goes also to May 1st, and then we'll get our new annual catalog. Some things in here are retiring, some things aren't. Same deal. Some are already gone, some are still available, and some are discounted. Some are returning. So, yeah, go check it out. Let me put these aside, and if you check out the link below, I'll have a link that you can go and check out the last chance items. So let me show you my sample, the card that we're making today. So this is the card, and it uses the Thank You With All My Heart from the Framed Florets. On the inside we have So Lucky to Call You Friend, also from the Framed Florets. And this stamp set not only has sentiments that you could use for thank yous and birthdays and special day and celebrate. It also has some floral elements, some flowers, some swag, some leaves. Yeah, it's a really nice stamp set. I'm sorry to see it go. Well, I've paired it here with elements from the Country Floral Lan DSP. And it has little hearts. I don't know if you can see them here. This DSP has, it's kind of, I guess the heart themed is what you would say. So there was various hearts, and I used some of those paper patterns on this card. So let's get started and put that aside. This was a card that we made in my club, my stamp club. We meet once a month. The host is a hostess club, and the members share hostess benefits. So speaking of hostess benefits, if you place an order that is under $150, I'd appreciate it if you use this hostess code. Well, my hostess of the month would, because she will get some benefits. So if it's under $150, please use this host code. If it's over $150, don't use any host code, so you get the benefits yourself. Alright, so let's do some stamping. I have a die cut here. This is the Stylish Shapes, so we'll be stamping on that, as well as a piece of white for the inside of my card base. So set all this aside and get ready. So I'm using Memento ink, and that is going to be for our thank you sentiment. So let me just ink this up. Check out the camera. So far so good, right? Let me pull this down so you can see who I am. So thanking you with all my heart. And that is going to fit right into the center of this die cut. And then I'm just going to give it some pressure and give it a few seconds. That way the ink can transfer. And while I have my Memento ink out, I'm going to be using it on this So Lucky to Call You Friend. So let me ink this up. And that's nice about the photopolymer. You can look right through it and make sure you have ink on all the words. This is a landscape card, so I'm going to stamp with my cardstock in the landscape position, and right here in the center I'm going to put it down, give it some pressure, a few seconds, the ink to transfer. And that is all with the Memento ink. Now, I did say that I was going to use those little hearts from the Country Bouquet, and with that I am using the Stampin' the Balmy Blue. And I have blue hearts. It just kind of speaks to me. I don't know why. So I'm going to put some on either side of my sentiment. I think that kind of brings some of the color in. And we're going to do the same thing with our sentiment on the front. Put some hearts. Get those up here. And then we'll put some down on the bottom. And there's our heart theme. And while I had this out, let's put some on the envelope too, because I like to dress up my envelopes. Okay, I'm checking out. No camera drift yet, so doing good. Put some here, here, maybe one up here. So kind of randomly, I think that maybe one more down here. What do you think? Yeah, I think that looks spectacular. I like that. So put our ink aside, and now we can get to assembling. So bring my card base back. Now you can find all the measurements on my blog, and I will post a link to that blog post below. So if you're watching on Facebook or if you're watching on YouTube, check out the description below, and there will be a link that you can get all the measurements for this card. So let's bring in some liquid glue. Now the liquid glue, right now you can purchase that on my website, my online store. The price is going up. It's going from $4 to $5. So if you want to save a little bit of money, you can stock up on that now before May 2nd and get the reduced price. You know, inflation's hitting everything, and so that's glue. Cardstock is going up too, so you could stock up on some white cardstock, some black cardstock, before prices increase on May 2nd. So I'm going to layer this die cut. I'm going to glue it down to this piece of sweet sorbet. And don't you just love those balmy blue and sweet sorbet together? I just think that really looks nice. So now we can start building our card front. We want to adhere this little piece of DSP right down, and it's almost like a ribbon. So let me put some glue on this. I'll just put here on the ends a real thin bead. You don't need a lot. Just make sure we get this centered. Okay, so far so good with my camera. Maybe today I won't have any issues, right? It's been a week of camera issues for me, if you've been following along. And then I can just snip. There's a little overhang here, so I'm just going to snip that off. There we go. And now we can use these pieces as trim. So they had, you can see there's a diagonal pattern. These came from the same piece of DSP. It just had these strips, so there was bicycles, and anyway, I don't have the full piece here to show you, but there are hearts in there. So I'm going to put this at the top and put about 1/4 of an inch all the way around. So let's get our glue on this piece. And then just make sure that, yeah, got the card going the right direction. Believe I'm not the only one who's ever done that. So we got our hearts going in the right direction. Our card is opening at the bottom as a landscape. And then the bottom, I'm going to use this pattern with bicycles. And see, there's in these, I don't know if you can see right in the basket, there's little hearts too. So it really is a heart-themed paper pack. But then it's also these like diagonal. So more, not heart-themed, just more, just a pattern that you could use on the front if you were sending maybe a masculine card or didn't want to send hearts. And then again, I'm going to put about 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. And then this piece goes right in between those DSP patterns. So let's just put a little bit of glue on that. And I'm just going to eyeball. It looks about over a little bit. Yeah, that looks just about right, right? And then for my this piece, I am going to bring my focal point, bring in my dimensionals, because you all know I have a very hard time making a card without dimensionals. They're my fave. I think if I was on a deserted island, I would have to have dimensionals. Even though the covers, I struggle with them. I try all the time to get them all in the trash can, but invariably some of them escape me. And then I'm going to center this left and right, top and bottom, and I think that looks pretty perfect. Okay, and that is our card for today. Thank you with all my heart. So lucky to call you friend. And here's a coordinating envelope. All right, so thank you for hopping on with me or watching this presentation. Remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my Facebook page so you'll be notified the next time I go live or post a new project. I love sharing with you. So until next time, remember, stamping is fun. Bye.